Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. So today I'm going to show you my third project with the Crafty Companion. It is a printable template that is available in my Etsy shop, and it makes things like the Crafty Workstation, the Crafty Storage Unit. This is the Crafty Workstation with Crafty Mini Racks. We literally just got done making this one and it is right here. This is the Crafty Workstation with the Crafty Mini Racks that are removable. I have a playlist specifically for this project and I will link it right here and down below. So this is one of the workstations that I use when I'm working on a project, okay? So you can customize it to however you want. You can make your cubbies whatever size you want. You can make your crafty trays whatever configuration that you want. Super versatile. So this is the one we just finished making. And then this is the first one that we made. This is the Crafty Workstation with the crafty dividers on top. So this is also one of these, this is also one of the workstations that I use while I'm working on a project. So I will fill these trays with flowers and ephemera and different little bits and pieces, cut off scraps. Whatever it is that I'm using for the project that I'm making, I will house everything inside of here and here. This one also has that same purpose. I just use it slightly different than I do this. So I like to have both because I like to have the full trays, and then I also like to have the smaller trays. I know there's so much I can't keep it all in frame. But then again, it's also interchangeable. So if I didn't need this tray here, I could fill it with these little trays or different configuration of trays. So if I was using certain components for the project that I'm working on that needed just smaller spaces, I could totally do that easily. I can swap them in and out. But I like to have both styles of these Crafty Workstations. I like to have one of each when I'm working on a project. So I've been using my prototypes. Actually now have 2 sets of prototypes that I've been using for over a year now. One of them I've been using for over a year now, tweaking the different projects that you can make with this. So I have a playlist specifically for this project as well, and it is called the Crafty Workstation, and I will have it right up here linked, and I'll have it linked down below. So those are the 2 that I've made on film so far. I'm running out of space. I didn't want to fill those up yet. I didn't want to start using them until I got done filming the projects, because I wanted to show you what I was making, you know, show you the projects that I've already made. So there's also a Amazon list down below that has all of the different products that I use while I've been making these projects. So I will have that linked down below. These templates will be linked down below. This is my workbook. This is the Crafty Companion workbook. I made a video on how I made this. I will link it up here and down below as well. But there is no physical item. This is a printable item that you have to make yourself. So you print this off and then you make the book yourself. And I do suggest you make some form of workbook. Okay, so in my last set of videos, did I say this was available in my Etsy shop? I think I did. So in my last set of videos, the Crafty Workstation, this is the number 2, right? We just finished making this. So I said I was going to make another one like this, because I have one. This one sits on the left side of me, which, you know, again, my workstation. And then I have one that sits on the right side of me, and that houses more permanent things that I use every day, but not just for specific projects. So it has my scissors, my tapes, all of that kind of thing in it. So I decided to not make that on camera. So I've already made it, because it's basically the same thing as this, and just a few little different things that I did. But I just decided to go ahead and make it, and then I could just show you the finished product. So that's what I'm going to do. Also wanted to point out that this is the paper collection that we used in all of our products. This is the Floral Whimsy, and this is what the thumbnail looks like. It's a printable digital paper collection, available in Etsy shop. I'll have that link down below. Okay, so here is the other workstation. I'm gonna move the Crafty Mini Rack off of the top. I wanted to show you there are 2. Okay, so here's the one I made on camera in video, and then this is the one I made off of. This is what I made off camera. That's why I'm having a hard time talking. Oh, story of my life. Okay, so you can see that they're super similar, right? The only difference is this bottom cubby here does not have a crafty tray. I could add one if I wanted to, but it does not have a crafty tray, and I matted the bottom of it just because I can see the bottom. But like on this one, for example, I didn't mat the cubbies. So this one is made the exact same way as the other one. I have 3 crafty cubbies in this one. I have a size, and then I have 2 B size crafty cubbies. And I've only made 3 trays, so I've got 2 of the large size trays here, and then I have 1 full size tray. So these are all the B's, okay? I didn't make a C, I'm sorry. I didn't make an A crafty tray. And the reason for that is I like to have this open. Like, for example, I could store my ink station in here just like that when I'm not using it. I could have one for, you know, brown, one for black, and have them sitting in here and ready to go for when I need them, and they're kind of off of my workspace. So there's one reason I like to keep that blank, oops, or keep that open. Hang on, I got a chipboard piece. And I also like to stick other things in there, like, oops, for example, any notepad or anything. I could just toss it in there and it's off my workspace and out of the way and good to go. So I'm going to show you what I've been using as a prototype throughout the whole, I don't know, I've been using it probably for about 3 or 4 months now. Probably maybe even longer. So this is what I have been using on my right side. It's a little shorter. It only has 2 cubbies in it, and I left the bottom empty, and then there's 1 tray that's a B size. And I did just have, oh, sorry about that. Whoops. I did just have 1 Crafty Mini Rack on top of this the whole time. What did I do with it? Oh, I've got it filled with my tape right now. So, and then I've got some Tim Holtz, these are Tim Holtz Alterations foundation feet or something. Okay, so the reason I didn't do the feet on the one I made to work with from now on is because things were getting underneath this area and I couldn't find them, right? So I have a tripod sitting here, so I have to be careful what I leave sitting around because things kind of disappear. So they were disappearing underneath here because it's off the ground about 3/4 of an inch or so, maybe even an inch. So I decided to use my crafty bottom versus using feet, okay, like I did before. I also added another set of crafty trays. I added 1 more set so that I could have 2 separate trays because I was trying to cram all the stuff that I wanted that I don't use all the time, but I want it close at hand. I was trying to cram it all into 1 of my trays. So I decided to add another one. And then it's got the crafty top tray, just like this. Okay, so now let's see. So all I did was mat the inside of the crafty cubby, but everything else is made the same. So if you want to learn how to make this, check out the playlist for this one, the Crafty Workstation with the Crafty Mini Racks. Same thing, except I did a and 2 B crafty cubbies, okay? The crafty bottom, I did not put any extra support inside of this one, although you can because this is like a permanent home for things that I use all the time, but I'm right-handed, so I want these things to be on my right hand, and they're not necessarily project related like what's on my left side. So my left side is like holding the specific flowers and embellishments and metal pieces and different things that I pull, hole reinforcements, photo corners, that kind of thing. All of that is on the left-hand side because it's specific for the project for me. And on the right-hand side, I have my scissors, my glue, my tapes, all of that jazz. So let me show you what I put on top, how I arrange the things that I have on top. So I have 1 Crafty Mini Rack. This is the medium size, so this is the middle size. So I just have 1 of those here, and what I put in here is all of my different tape rolls, right? Because I don't really like them stacked on top of each other like this, because if I want the 1/2 inch, I have to move everything out of the way. I just like them to sit up there like that. So I've got all my different sizes of tape that I like to use. Not, you know, not my 2 inch or my, by the way, I don't know if you can tell, I've used the heck out of this 2-inch and 4-inch. I didn't think I would. I didn't think I would have a use for it, but I really did. I utilized the size of these things in order to create all these different things that I've been making off camera. So instead of doing a bunch of little strips or covering the whole sheet, depending on the situation, I tried to use those other sizes as well. Because, you know, why not, right? Why not? Why waste it? No reason to waste. So I've got one of my Crafty Mini Racks that have all of my tapes in it. And then I have, this is 2 pieces of 1/4 inch foam board that, or foam, what is that, fun foam? It's a 1/4 inch in depth. I glued them together and I cut it down to size because I do a lot of poking, so I like it to be close by. So it fits perfectly right inside there, so I cut it down to size. So that is super helpful because this is where I keep my ruler. My ruler's right behind that piece of foam, so it's supported and doesn't fall over. It's so tall and it gets in the way of my jars and stuff. And so then in front here, I have my little stamp block that I use for these bigger tapes to tear it versus cutting it with my scissors. It's harder to cut with my scissors straight, so I've been using the little stamp block. So I keep that right in front, right there. And then on this side, I have my glues. So I actually have 2 bottles of Fabri-Tac. One of them I empty out the other bottles with. When they get down really low, I just pour them into this bottle, and then when it fills up, I start to use it once again. So it actually does help save the glue because it's hard. Once it gets down to the bottom, it's hard to use. So I got both of those in here. I have my art glitter glue, and then I've got the tack it over and over again. I'm going to try to keep using this. I really enjoyed using it. And then my Glossy Accents. So these are the main glues that I like to use on a regular basis for different reasons. So I've got that sitting here, and then on this side over here, I've got the 2 little glass jars. I'm pretty sure I told you guys about these. I'm almost 100% positive. These are just little glass jars that I found at Hobby Lobby. Like, it was in the glass section and it was on sale. It says food safe, dishwasher safe, but I got it for like, I don't know, 40% off. So it says it's $2.99, 4 ounce. This is a 4 ounce glass jar. It has a lid that goes, it almost reminds me of something you'd put in a bathroom. Let me see if I can find it. This is what's making all that clankety clankety. I didn't want to throw my lids away. So it would normally look like this. Right, so it looks like it belongs in like a bathroom or something. So I have this one here, and it holds my bone folders, my craft knife, my little pokey pick thing, and my pencil. So that's what lives in that little jar. And then I have another jar, same concept. This one is a 10 ounce jar, and it was $5.99, so I'm sure I got it off 40% from Hobby Lobby. So it has my scissors, it has a couple markers, it has another stylus, it has the 2 quick pick tools that I've been using for my little jewels that I've been adding. Hang on. Lid came off. So since these are, you know, the scissors are taller and more bulky, so I wanted to have a bigger jar for those. There we go. That's what lives there. Then I also have, this is what's on the top of this workstation. So this is on the right-hand side of me, okay? I also have a sewing pen, what are these called? You know what I'm talking, a stick pin. And I actually literally just stick it in the corner of my Crafty Workstation. So if I need to unclog, like let's say my art glitter glue, let's say I left the pin off for too long and it got a little clumpy inside of there, I take that pin and I use that to unclog it. So I put one of those there in my corner. Again, so it's like, it's sitting like this to my right hand side. So I just reach over and grab what I need, okay? So there's that, I do that, and then I also keep a couple of Bulldog Clips, like on the side here, because one of them I like to hang a piece of, what was One of them I like to put, I know you can't see, the scissors are kind of running away, a little roll of washi that I like to use all the time, right? So I like to stick that there. And then sometimes I take the, sometimes I take the 1/4 inch tape and hang it from there. If I'm using it a lot, I just like to hang it on the edge there so that it's quick and easy to grab. Sometimes I take my Post-it notes and I'll stick them right up front here if I need to make a note, or again, I can put them in this empty cup. I can't flip it open over now to show you because everything's full. Right, okay, so we've got that. So that's what's in the top. Now let me show you what's in the drawers. I don't think I took anything out of what's in the crafty tray. So the full crafty tray, I have a little mini, this is like an antique little mini stapler, and the staples, I found them in my mom's stuff a while back and they're super old, but anyway, I found another one too that's purple. I need to put it in this drawer. It's super cute. Some tweezers, my glue sticks. If I'm using my glue stick a lot, I will have it up top here for easier access, but most of the time I like to keep them in the drawer. I have a quick eraser, and then I have my hole punch. So if I'm using my regular office hole punch a lot, again, I will put it up top. But for now, it lives in this little crafty tray. And then in this part, I have the tool that I use to snip off the ends of my craft knife blade. I have that sitting in here. I have the needle nose pliers, cutter bee scissors, because I don't use them that often, so I've got those in here, and then also have my replacement blades for my craft knife, so that's in one of these. And then over here, whoops, since I had it upside down, I have extra stopper toppers, and I have this bone folder. Now I've been using this one a lot off camera, building these other things that I'm building off camera, so I've been using this quite a bit. So I have a feeling that if I keep continuing to use this a lot, I'll probably end up putting it in front of the tape or in front of this jar, because, I mean, it's fine here. I can get it just fine there. It's just easier to grab if it's up, you know, and out, where I can just grab it with my, you know, just grab it while I'm working. So that's what I have in those. So again, in this empty spot down here, even though I have feet on my ink station, I can just stick it down here like this, and it's out of the way. It's off of my work area, and it's nice and convenient, and I can grab it easy. But of course, when I'm working on a project, I keep it out on my workspace. I also can put, this is that little tray that I keep showing you guys, the little tray that I had made. I don't know why, I forget why I ripped the bottom up. I don't know what was there, I don't remember. Remember I showed you I used one of those little word stick thingies to act like, to mimic like a pull, like a drawer pull. I might stick this in here because I've been using it as something I pour little things out into, and then I can easily pour it back into the little baggie. So I might stick that in there. Oh, I didn't show you guys. Okay, let me show you. Let me take all this stuff off. I'm going to show you the sides really quick. Okay, so I used the Floral Whimsy. It's going to be hard to show you. And I used the green one with the distress script on it. So it went all the way. Look at the back. I used the postcard one. Doesn't that look cool? Right, and then I'm going to flip it this way. So I did the same thing with the punch, and all of that is the other. I just used that greenish color from the Floral Whimsy, the green flowers. And then I used scraps for the front, for the trays, the scraps that I had left over from all the other stuff. So that's it, you guys. It's just that simple. So I made the Crafty Workstation with just one of the Crafty Mini Racks. And this one is the one that I have sitting on the right-hand side of me to grab all of the things that I use on a regular basis. And it keeps it nice and neat and tidy, and it doesn't take up very much space. It's very stable. I don't have to worry about it tipping over or anything like that. I just love it. These have been so much fun, you guys. I cannot tell you. Let's see. I can count in my vision how many of these I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 of these sitting around right now that were the original prototypes, the second generation prototype while I was building the templates to the way I want them to be, and then the ones that we're making on video. That's how many I have sitting around. I don't need all of those right now, but you know what's really great about having, like now I have 2 of this exact same thing pretty much. I would grab the other one, but it's full of stuff right now. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, so this is the second generation prototype of the same thing, right? So it's good to have several sets because I could be working on 2 different things at one time. Like right now I'm working on these projects, but I'm also working on my new set of templates. So I can use both sets for the different projects, and none of my stuff gets intermingled with each other. So when I've got scraps of the paper collection or scraps of the chipboard or all of that, it all stays together in one place. If that makes any sense at all to you guys. I'm thinking it makes sense. And again, I matted all of the crafty trays and everything on the inside. This is the coffee stained background design. That's what I chose to use, but you can use whatever you want. I wrapped all the edges. I made it the exact same way I made the other one. So I like to have both. So I just wanted to show you what I have sitting to the right side of me versus what's sitting to the left. So this one sits to the right. This one sits to the left. Right? And then I also have the other one with the dividers on top that also sits to the left. Okay guys, that is all I have for you today. I just wanted you to see the different variation that I made for the right hand side. The same thing as the Crafty Workstation with the Crafty Mini Racks on top. That I made it the exact same way. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is the Crafty Storage Unit. And again, I think I'm going to make that off camera. And I will tell you the different things that I do for that one. I just don't want to be super, repetitive. Oh, here's how you make the crafty cubby one more time. Here's how you make the crafty tray one more time. I'm not going to do all of that again because I've already made it in video. But I am going to show you the different tweaks that I made, and I'll show you the finished product and what configuration that works good for me and what I put in those drawers. Or what I put in those trays. So you can kind of get an idea of what I like to do. Okay, you guys, I hope you're enjoying making these crafty companions as much as I do. And I hope you're getting some good use out of them. I hope they're helping you stay a little bit more organized like they do for me. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I upload a video. And there should be some other videos here on the screen that you might enjoy watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.